Albert Einstein once said, "The significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them." This quote holds the essence of dealing with what we call wicked problems. But what exactly are these wicked problems? The term was coined by Horst Riddle and Melvin Weber in the 1970s. Wicked here denotes the challenges these problems pose rather than implying malevolence. These problems are characterized by their complexity, uncertainty, interdependencies, conflicting perspectives, and lack of a definitive endpoint. So some examples of wicked problems include climate change, poverty, healthcare access, and sustainable urban development. These problems resist straightforward solutions, often needing interdisciplinary collaboration, systems thinking, and long-term strategies. Now let's delve deeper into one such wicked problem, climate change. Undeniably, one of the most wicked problems we face is an alarming testament to the intricate web of cause and effect that characterizes our world. Complexity is at the heart of climate change. It's not just about the burning of fossil fuels, but also deforestation, agriculture, waste management, and a host of other human activities. The factors are intertwined, meaning that you can't just address one facet without considering others. It might result in incomplete solutions or even exacerbate the problem. For example, reducing fossil fuels burnt would require alternate, less space-efficient methods of keeping up with power demand, and that could require more land to be cleared and more waste to be generated. Uncertainty is also another facet. Our knowledge of climate systems, while vast, is not absolute. Scientists use complex models to predict potential futures, but there's always a level of uncertainty involved. The effectiveness and impacts of different climate mitigation strategies are also uncertain, adding to the wickedness of this problem. And climate change doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's deeply interconnected with other societal challenges: economic inequality, health, food security, and political issues, just to name a few. Changes in one system can ripple outwards, creating unforeseen consequences. Even with full consideration of other systems, it's impossible to predict exactly what those consequences might be. Conflict arises from different interpretations of the problem, its urgency, and the preferred solutions. From oil company executives to climate activists, from policymakers to affected communities, the spectrum of stakeholders is vast, with often competing priorities and views. Lastly, climate change is a long-term problem with no single definitive solution. It's an evolving challenge that will require consistent monitoring and adaptation of our approaches. Even if we halt greenhouse gas emissions today, the world will continue to experience the effects of climate change for years due to the lasting impact of these gases in our atmosphere. Tackling climate change, like any wicked problem, needs a holistic approach. It requires global cooperation, consideration of diverse perspectives, continuous learning, and most importantly, acknowledging the uncertainty and complexity inherent in these types of problems. It's not just about the what of the solutions, but also the how, the who, and the when. And so we return to Einstein's wisdom as we ponder on our journey ahead. We realize now that we must transcend our old ways, embrace the complexity, and find unity in our diversity as we address wicked problems like climate change. In future videos, I'm going to address these new ways that can help us take steps towards solving wicked problems. Please subscribe so you can stay tuned, and until next time.